Salutatorian is an academic title given to a senior who has maintained the second highest GPA in the graduating class. Rachel, please come forward. Hang on, it gets better. The title comes from the Salutatorian's traditional role to deliver the official graduation welcome. With a cumulative grade point average of 4.30, Rachael Morris has proven to be a real scholar. Rachael is the daughter of Mike and Reba Morris. Would Mike and Reba please stand and let us applaud you for raising a great young lady. Using nearly $80,000 in scholarships, Rachael will attend College of the Ozarks next fall to pursue a degree in biology. After college, Rachel's goal is to become an orthodontist. Rachel's favorite teacher is Mrs. Smith, her third grade teacher. Rachael commented that Mrs. Smith had a passion for teaching and she inspired my love of learning. Rachael lives by the same philosophy that gave Eleanor Roosevelt her strong sense of purpose. That being, one's philosophy is not best expressed in words. It is expressed in the choices that one makes, and the choices we make are ultimately our responsibility. Her favorite quote comes from Mother Teresa. "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier." It is my honor to now decorate Rachael with a prestigious Salutatory Medal of Academic Excellence. Rachael, congratulations, and may the future be yours. Please join me in congratulating Rachael Morris.
Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. This quote, coming from one of my favorite movies, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, is the first thought that comes to mind when thinking about the past 13 years we've spent in the Lebanon School District. From the first day of kindergarten to only a week ago when we were walking out of the high school as students for the very last time, the moment we have been anticipating is finally here. Graduation has always been a mirage, just in sight but out of reach. In just a few short minutes, that mirage becomes a reality as we walk across the stage and receive our diplomas. But before we do, let us reflect on some of the memories that have brought us here tonight. There isn't a more fitting place to start than where this journey began. The first day of kindergarten was a day that all of us looked forward to. We proudly walked into Donley Elementary with our new first day of school outfits, a lunchbox in hand, and a backpack containing the 64 pack of crayons with the sharpener that we all had to have. As we continued walking down the hall in a single file line for the next 6 years of our education, all we were concerned about was how long until the next recess, trying not to get caught talking at lunch when the cups were down, and reading the least amount of books it took in order to obtain our AR goal, just so you could use your points to buy a Slinky at the reward store. Before we knew it, recesses no longer existed, and the cups disappeared off of the lunch tables. We have finally entered junior high. We switched from keeping all of our supplies in a desk to having to share a locker, from walking in a single file line down the hall to having to push our way through the multitude of kids crowding the hallways. Rather than showing up at 7 o'clock to play pepper in the morning with Coach West or Coach Copeland, we finally got the chance to try out for our favorite sports team. Instead of playing hot cross buns on the recorder, we moved to big kid instruments while still playing hot cross buns. This was a time when girls experimented with mom's makeup, making white eyeshadow and thick eyeliner a fashion statement, and boys discovered hair gel and applied cologne by the gallon. It goes without saying that our time at Lebanon Junior High was a transitional period leading up to what would be 4 of the quickest yet most memorable years of our lives thus far. Our first day of high school, we didn't quite know what to expect. All we knew was what we've seen in movies, TV shows, and the horror stories our older siblings told us. Thankfully, none of those stereotypes held true. Freshman year was a time to figure out where we fit in, whether it was FFA, choir, band, sports, academic team, drama, or art club. LHS had something to offer everyone. High school is filled with many unforgettable memories, such as cheering on our football team beneath the Friday night lights, passing our driver's test, and finally being able to go to prom our junior year, all of which have led up to this moment here tonight. As our journey as Yellow Jackets comes to an end, now is when our individual journeys begin. Some may stay at home, some may go to college, and some may go to defend our nation. For whichever may apply to you, there are many who have impacted you on your decision. I want to take a moment to thank all of those who have influenced me personally throughout my career as a Lebanon Yellow Jacket. To Mrs. Lori King and Mrs. Gina Richardson for being the best math teachers I've ever had, and because of you, I'll never forget the quadratic formula or how to solve proportions. To Dr. James Ford for having the most patience with the most obnoxious group of kids while taking us on the trip of a lifetime. You are going to be dearly missed by your LHS family. To Mr. Delvin Keith Ogle for helping me grow as a writer, even if it meant tearing my paper to pieces when I could have sworn it was perfect the first time. To Coach Charlie Pentecost for being there for me both on and off the court. To my family for being my biggest fans and pushing me to succeed when I doubted myself. And finally, my fellow graduates. I want to thank you for the number of friendships and memories that I will forever hold in the back of my mind when I think of my time here at Lebanon High School. Regardless of the path we choose, we will all excel because of the foundation that Lebanon Schools has instilled in us. As the great Walt Disney once said, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So as we each embark on our own paths, let us heed to that advice and do whatever it takes, no excuses, to succeed. For the last 4 years, we have worked hard together. We have relied on each other, believed in each other, and were there for each other. Whether you knew every face in the hall or not, we all had the same goal, to make it to the end. And together, we did it. Thank you for the uncountable memories, the friendships, and the true sense of community that is the class of 2014. Congratulations.
Please welcome this year's Black Choir under the direction